Online beef is getting people unalived. Petty disputes are destroying families, and the elders who are supposed to be setting the example have started becoming part of the problem. This is happening in our neighborhoods and impacting the well-being of families and communities across this country.
I wasn't gonna say nothing because I was trying to outthink this shit, bruh. Like, because mother be like, bruh, cloud chase weird shit, bruh. At the end of the day, y'all, we got to do better, bruh. A lot of y'all niggas is bitch ass niggas, bruh. We not feeling you, my nigga. We not feeling you, bruh. If you think you hard cause you running around here with guns and you killing niggas, bruh, you not hard, bruh. You a bitch ass nigga, bruh. And that's on God, bruh. That's on God, bruh. If you running around here and you think you hard cause you got a gun and you killing niggas, bruh, you a bitch, bruh. As a community, we gotta stop letting these niggas ride around and we know what's going on, bro. We gotta hold motherfuckers accountable, bro. This shit our community, bro. This shit our communities is happening. That shit ain't happening out in Centerville. That ain't happening out in the white neighborhoods. It's a our problem. It's a our community problem. We doing this shit to ourselves, y'all. What the f, bro? Like, come on, y'all. Come on, bro. We gotta do better, bro. I said at the beginning of this year, we gotta be accountable, bro. That's the word for the year, bro. If you running around with a gun and you think you can shoot a nigga because you mad or because you emotional, you a bitch. You a straight bitch ass nigga. Females get emotional and can't handle themselves. Real men can talk out anything. Real men can talk out any discrepancy, any disagreement, anything. Real men can talk it out. Because I can walk over here and you can stay over there. We don't gotta kill. And if it's that bad, we can hit, my nigga. We can hit. You don't gotta kill, bro. You a ass nigga, bro. I swear to God, bro. I don't know who did it. I don't know who. But I promise you, my nigga, you a bitch, bro. You a bitch. And you not good around me, bro. You not good around me. And niggas gotta start standing on fucking business. If you doing bitch ass shit like that and you killing real niggas, bro, and you can't stand up and fight, you a bitch, bro. You a bitch. I don't give a fuck who with you. I don't give a fuck who brother or sister or cousin you is. If you gotta use a gun and you gotta run, bro, you're a bitch, bro. On God, bro. Your mama, everybody, I don't give a fuck, bro. If you gotta use a gun to kill a nigga and you too scared to fight, man, your daddy and your mama raised a bitch. I promise you, you a bitch. And we gotta stop letting these niggas hang around, bro. You doing weird shit like that, bro. You can't come around, bro. You not good. You not good in the hood. You not good in the community, bro. If you out here, because this shit ain't just happening in Dayton. It's happening everywhere, bro. It's happening in my city. It's happening in Cincinnati. It's happening in Dayton, Springfield, Ohio, Los Angeles, Atlanta, Chicago. I don't give a fuck. Where you at?
I come from a different era. When we had a problem with somebody, we handled it. And what I mean by that is we may have argued, we may have even physically had a fight, but the fight was fair. We walked away. 9 times out of 10, the same person you squared up with became somebody you respected later because there was a code. There was a limit. Nobody was reaching for a gun over words, over a boyfriend or girlfriend, over scuffed sneakers, over a joke that landed wrong, or a wrong look, or even spilled food or messed up food orders. But something shifted. Now people are so triggered and overly sensitive. They are so unwilling to feel any discomfort that they skip straight to the most permanent solution for the most temporary problems. And that cowardiceness is being dressed up as toughness. It is not just happening with adults either. A 14-year-old boy in New York City slammed a girl he knew into the sidewalk and stomped on her head over a conflict that had been building in school hallways and on Instagram. 2 young lives derailed because nobody stepped in early enough to say, "This has gone far enough, stop." And the even sadder thing about this particular instance is that this young man's mother stood in front of a courthouse and tried to make excuses, which is very unacceptable. Now, a rapper in Detroit went online and disrespected another man's dead mother. He thought it was just words, just content. It got him unalived, and his sister, who had nothing to do with any of it. And she was unalive right beside him.
Now to a brutal double homicide that has left a Detroit neighborhood in shock and a newborn baby without a mother. The victims were gunned down in 2 different vehicles on McKinney Street on the city's east side this afternoon. 7 News Detroit reporter Brett Cast explains how police are connecting the pieces as a crime prevention group calls for an end to this senseless violence.
Well, police say it was a shot spotter run that led them to that street on Detroit where they discovered 2 people shot and killed and no suspect to be found. A busy scene on McKinney Street on Detroit's east side, where a man and a woman believed to be brother and sister were shot dead. Family and friends watching as their 2 cars, riddled with bullets, were towed away from the scene. Police say it all happened just before 2 p.m.
We had a shot spotter alert, 9 shots quickly followed by 3 shots.
Detroit police responded and found the 2 dead in their cars, along with a 1-month-old baby who was found unharmed. It's believed the suspect walked up to the vehicles and opened fire, and police say it appears to be a targeted attack.
Why is that your response? You think that makes you like a hero or make you tough? That makes you a target. You can never sleep good after that.
Activists like Pastor Mo Hardwick have been working to stop violence in the community, arguing that grabbing a gun does not solve disputes.
If you wanted to address the issue, I guarantee you when you shot them people, you did not address the issue. You just caused destruction, and ultimately on yourself.
Detroit police say no suspect is in custody and there's no suspect description. They're now reviewing area cameras and will continue to investigate.
I'm begging you, Detroit, calm down. Calm down. Whatever it was, it ain't worth their life in your life.
And if you have any information about this, you're asked to contact Crime Stoppers. That number is 1-800-SPEAK-UP. In Detroit, I'm Brett Cast, 7 News, Detroit.
Tonight, a family is planning not 1, but 2 funerals for 2 siblings killed in what appears to be a targeted attack in Detroit. Thank you for joining us at 6. I'm Mike Duffy. And even more heartbreaking, a baby found alive at the scene will now have to grow up without his mother. We first brought you this double shooting on McKinney Street as breaking news last night at 6. Well, now, 24 hours later, 7 News Detroit reporter Darren Cunningham is following up with the victim's family and learning why it may have been a case of wrong place, wrong time.
The victims gunned down here on McKinley Street in broad daylight had been identified by family as Ray and Takoria Rita Johnson. For their cousin, Tonia Brown, the loss is immeasurable.
That girl was like my sister. We were together every day. Like, you see her face, you see mine. She was a good spirit. She'd help anybody. She'd get her clothes off her back.
Tonia Brown says she was headed to meet her cousin, 27-year-old Rita Johnson, on Wednesday afternoon when her grandmother called, asking about rumors of a shooting. Moments later, she saw footage of Rita's car on the news.
I didn't know what to think. Like, I was just on the phone with her and telling her I was just about to come meet her in like 10 to 15 minutes to get ready for a ride out that we were having today.
In a cruel twist of fate, Rita and her brother, 33-year-old Ray Johnson, were preparing to gather the very next day for a balloon release, marking nearly 4 years since a friend died in a car crash. Now they are being mourned. Police believe the shooting was targeted. The siblings were in separate vehicles outside of a relative's home on McKinney Street, and the suspect was on foot. That's all investigators are saying at this point. Brown believes the incident stemmed from a public feud online, a feud that Rita had no part of.
What was this about?
I'm not really for sure. I just know that it was some media stuff going on. And
Social media?
yeah. I hope this is a lesson to everybody in the world.
Would you say Rita was caught in the middle?
Yes, definitely was. She should have never even been here, just, wrong place at the wrong time.
And it is not just happening between men. 4 young women in Indiana walked into a restaurant and attacked a pregnant worker. One tried to stab her in the stomach. The victim was 1 month pregnant. After it was over, one of those women went on Instagram Live and said, "The baby is dead." But now all 4 of those young women ended up in a courtroom facing felony charges. Futures altered, all over a petty dispute nobody had the courage to walk away from. When you pop off online, you are not just risking yourself. You are risking every person standing next to you, every person who loves you. That is not a game, family. It's not a game. This female rapper survived being shot in the face. And instead of pausing, instead of reflecting on how close she came to leaving this earth, she went straight back online and mocked the people who tried to unalive her.
This female Houston rapper was shot in the face, but somehow managed to survive. Female rapper Sky the Finest was rushed to the emergency room after being shot in the face from an apparent attempt on her life. She then went to social media to mock her ops for not being able to finish the job.
I'm still alive. I'm still alive.
This is having people fear that whoever shot her might come back around to end it for good.
That's not strength. That is someone so disconnected from reality that they cannot see they are accelerating their own funeral. Real strength is having the self-control to walk away. Real strength is choosing your life over your ego. Now, here is what makes this even more troubling. This is not only a youth problem. A grown woman in Michigan walked into a McDonald's upset about her order. The manager offered her a coffee to calm things down. That woman ripped the lid off the cup and threw scalding hot coffee on the manager's back as she walked away. On camera, in public, over a refund that was already being processed. And then there's a 75-year-old woman by the name of Anita Grayson, a grandmother, a matriarch of a family, someone that should be setting an example, someone that should be calm and rested at this stage in her life. She went into a Tim Hortons in North Wayne, Indiana, over a drive-through order. She berated a 17-year-old employee, and when the 20-year-old shift leader asked her to leave, calmly, she refused. She shoved the staff member. She pulled a chunk of that young woman's hair out. A fight broke out. Now we're talking about a 75-year-old woman fighting with a 20-year-old woman. Anita Grayson collapsed on that floor and died from a heart attack. 75 years old, gone over a drive-through order. She should never have put her hands on anyone. How do we tell our young people to be slow to anger when the elders in our community are showing them every day that frustration justifies putting your hands on somebody? Our youth are not just following the streets. They are following us. And some of us have stopped being worth following or modeling or listening to. In Montgomery, Alabama, see, this is happening all over, family. This is happening everywhere. In Montgomery, Alabama, a woman went on Facebook Live. People, don't you understand? And told the world exactly what she was going to do to another woman over a man. She showed her gun. She made public threats. And everyone watched. Everyone shared the video. Nobody stopped her. 30 days later, she showed up at a nightclub where that woman was, waited in the parking lot for 45 minutes with a loaded gun. We're looking at premeditation, laying in wait. Her friend stood there laughing. It was not funny, family. That woman ended up unalived, and the other woman ended up in jail. 5 children lost their mothers that night, and the man they were fighting over moved on with his life. Accountability means speaking up when you see something going wrong, not to the police, to the person in your circle, to that friend about to make the worst decision of their life. Sometimes that one sentence is the only thing standing between someone you love and a casket or a sale. You don't have to save the whole community, family. Just reach one. One conversation, one moment where you say, I see you, you matter, and I'm not going to let you throw your life away without saying something. Just one is enough to start the effort of stopping the violence among ourselves and in our community and taking it from online to reality. For every young person watching, hear this. A young man shared his story about the night he walked into his prison cell for the first time. Before he could even get his bearings, grown men were on top of him. When he cried out, I'm just a kid, I'm just a kid, they looked at him and said, nah, you in prison now. You old enough. Nobody is putting that on a rap record. Nobody is posting that on social media. The gun, the beef, the clout. None of it protects you from what happens behind those walls. Once you cross that threshold, your age does not matter. Your mama doesn't matter. You are on your own in a way most of us cannot begin to describe or imagine, and we do not want to. If this video spoke to you, please like it, share it, and leave a thoughtful comment below. The links to every story referenced here are in the description. Go read them, let them sit with you, then go have a conversation with somebody in your circle who needs to hear this. I'm Deborah. This is Family Still Matters. And because family still matters, protecting our children, showing up for one another, and speaking up before it is too late is not optional. It is the assignment God placed on each one of us who still has breath in our bodies. Thank you for watching, and may God continue to richly bless you. I want to leave you with this word because I think it is so important. There are things that we really need to try to shift and change the direction. And I think we have got to get back to God and his word, and we got to lead our young people back to him. The scripture I want to leave with you today is James 1:19. It says, let every man be swift to hear. That means be quick to listen, not to pop off. Slow to speak. Think about what you say before you get it out your mouth. Think about, weigh your words. Think about who it's going to hurt. And slow to wrath. That means stop popping off, getting angry so quickly. Slowly allow that. I'm going to read it again. Let every man be swift to hear, slow to speak, and slow to wrath. That is James 1:19. May God continue to richly bless you, family. This story and these incidents that are happening really touched my heart. And it just came to me that we each have something we can do. Somebody in your circle, some young person trusts you that's on the wrong track. You cross their paths. They will listen to you. Please speak into that young person so that they are not another statistic of a young person that has put themselves into prison walls with no future and only trauma and destruction ahead of them. May God continue to richly bless you. God bless. And thanks for listening.